Hey everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, being joined with my man Keith Thurman here in the press room of a very eventful day for this Spence versus Crawford weigh-ins. Keith, man, you've been doing work, bro. Been non-stop all day.
Oh, yeah, you know, this is just fight week, hype week, man. You know I had to be a part of this action, even if I'm outside of the ring. So that's what we here doing, baby.
You saw the weigh-in?
No, I knew that I was going to come back here. I had to check into my room. I just wanted to relax for a little bit and then come back. You know, weigh-ins, I've seen them in the past. I'll probably see a little shorts on my IG later on tonight before I hit the haystack. But, you know, I'm here for the fight, baby. I'm not here for anything else.
Want to watch the weigh-in? Let's watch the weigh-in. I want to get your thoughts to see, like, how they looked and just overall what you think of everything. If there's anything to, like, get from a weigh-in. But let's see, pull it up for Keith right now. So that's a face-off.
Yeah. Okay, talk. Okay, he want to hear the talk. Head shake, smack back, dap it up. Man, these two boys getting paid and they know it. Look at that. Do you want my insight? Look, they getting paid and they know it. Look at that. Respect on all levels, man. Respect on all levels, man. This is nothing new. This is why I tell you it ain't nothing new. It's just another black eye, baby. These dudes are elite fighters from the amateurs to the pros. Okay, you got an Olympian. You got somebody who was with me in 2007 in contention for the 2008 Olympic Games. We were in the Olympic trials, Terence Bud Crawford and myself. You know, so that's what I'm saying, man. You know, it's interesting. Yeah, I'd like to watch it again because when they turn over or just get another angle of it because they do a lot of talking. Yeah. But he looks a little thick, man. Crawford's really filling in to 147. I know he's been doing tremendous strength work. Look at the core. Look at the abs. You know, he's naturally a smaller guy, so maybe some of that thickness is like a little bit of flab. He hasn't converted it all into muscle quite yet. But I think he's done a terrific job with the body transformation overall. And, you know, Spence has always been a big welterweight. He's looking like a lean, mean fighting machine right now.
Yeah, because they've always said that, you know, Crawford's a smaller guy. And they're like, how is he going to deal with the size of an Errol Spence in this fight?
Exactly. You know, so that's the interesting thing. You know, Spence is cutting down. You can see the lack of body fat on Spence where, like I was saying, Crawford in the amateurs, he was at 132 in the Olympic trials. You know, I was at 152, he had 132. So this is technically 20 pounds he's gained in his career since his teenage years. You know what I mean? And his body shows that a little bit, but, you know, he's always had a good height. Yeah. He's got a good height, good frame. I think he can hold it well, and he's capable of doing a lot of tremendous strength training because he needs to get bigger. So that's where sports gets interesting, where Spence is cutting down, but Crawford is allowing himself to bulk up, you know, and fill out more, which I clearly could see a job well done there from the weigh-ins.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the actual time where they like flexed off and everything, just to get there. You are right there, Keith, right after the weigh-in. But it's been the big question about this fight is like what factor is the power of Errol Spence gonna play in this fight, and can Terence Crawford handle that power?
Yeah, so, you know, Crawford has never been hit on the chin by an Errol Spence Jr. or a Keith Thurman of the welterweight division. He fought Sean. He had a great performance against Sean, but Sean was never notorious as a solid big puncher like a Spence or a Thurman. So at the end of the day, you know, this will be a test for the chinny chin chin. I heard a comment from Gervonta Davis saying that Errol Spence has a metal shield and that Terence Crawford has a glass shield, and when the shots get firing, that glass shield will break. He says, I know this. It's Spence all day, you know. So I see what he's saying. You know, I feel the same way that, to a certain degree, I feel the same way that Crawford has not got hit with that real hit stick, you know, and Spence has the full capacity of making that happen. But the one thing about the lightweights, right, like when I fought Pacquiao, when they move up, they carry their speed and they carry their power. And what really matters is, I've talked about this in the past, especially when it comes to those body shots that I've taken, you know, there's a threshold, a pain threshold when it comes to the body, and the special touch on certain buttons on the chin and on the temples when it comes to headshots. So when your strength, not strength, you got to bite your lip, strength, when your strength exceeds a certain level, it doesn't matter who it is. With small gloves, boom, touch the button, you're going to get that reaction. Boom. You're going to be shook or they're just going down. There's nothing you can do about it. And both of these fighters have that power. They have the capacity to hurt each other. Who's going to be the first one to land the first big shot? Once the fight, who gets shook first? How do they act? How do they react? How do they come back? Do they come back in the same round to solidify that I'm not here to lay down? Or do they have to compose themselves and come back in the next round? You know, I'm hoping to see a firefight. I'm hoping to see a little bit of a tug and war. A lot of people are talking about this Inoue performance that happened. Yes, we saw undefeated versus undefeated, but let's be honest, man. Fulton was only like 23-0. He was not of the caliber and of a Terence Crawford and an Errol Spence. Inoue and Fulton. A great matchup. Tremendous fight.
Let me touch on that then with the Inoue part, because a lot of people have said he should be considered pound for pound number one because he's doing it in multiple divisions against guys that are bigger than him and against guys consistently that are either champion or number one, number two as a smaller guy for the last 5 years.
Okay, yes, Kid Chocolate, that Kid Chocolatito, he was pound for pound number one, this and that. There's no such thing, people, okay? You guys are just so bored, sitting at home with your computers, doing boxing talk every day and every night. You guys live in a fantasy world, okay? There's no such thing as pound for pound. It'll never happen, okay? You're just gonna put it in a video game one day, pound for pound champions. Next fight game, got it? Thurman said it, patent, you gotta pay me money. Anyways, at the end of the day, it's fantasy land, okay? It's just make believe. You can't have a 4'11" fighter being pound for pound versus 6'7" Deontay Wilders, and like that's not how boxing works. Can we come back to the real world? Can we just say Inoue is great? If you saw my IG, I called him the Japanese goat. Okay, I was questioning if they even got goats in Japan, just so that I can lead up to now they do, and his name's Inoue. Okay, he's great. You know. Just like the cereal, you know, with Tony the Tiger. Inoue is great, okay? Can he just be great? Can we just admire what he brings to boxing? Like when everybody was riding on Lomachenko's jock, and Lomachenko was great, still is great, but eventually you keep moving up in weight classes, you're gonna get got. Everybody has their place, you know?
Their ceiling.
No way gonna come up to welterweight division and be the next Manny Pacquiao. That's what people are saying. Hey, Manny Pacquiao. Like, you don't have to compare in this universe, okay? Every star in the sky is bright. That's why we see them. If they didn't shine their light, we would not see them. Now that he's here, and he's been here, by the way, I watched that boy fight 2 times, not 1 time, 2 times in Tokyo, and I gotta tell you, it was amazing. He was great back then, okay? And I'm telling you, I'm already an Inoue fan. What I'm not a fan of is this ignorant boxing talk who they can't just love boxing for what it is, which is eclectic sport, a beautiful sport, one of the greatest sports in all of sports. And there's a reason why we have 12 divisions. Let him be who he is. Let him bring what he brings to the boxing world, and let us admire all that he brings, and let us salute that. Let us bow down. He's from Japan. Let us bow to the man. Let us show him gratitude, you know? But this fantasy stuff is going to get you nowhere. A rose, a dandelion, a lotus, you know, these are all part of the beauty of God's creation. You do not have to compare. You just have to sit back and say, man, that really is something. Man, that was amazing. And that's why we're here today, looking forward to tomorrow, which is a clash of champions that, in my opinion, is more significant than what we saw with Inoue and Fulton, because Crawford already dominated the 140 division, has beaten everybody they put in front of him at 147, got past Sean Porter. These two haven't fought Thurman yet, but that's fine because they're fighting each other. There's nothing. You're the truth. You're the truth. Is that real? Is that a theory? Is that a hypothesis? Well, this theory will be tested tomorrow night with talented fighters, talent versus talent, greatness versus greatness. And win, lose, or draw, at the end of the day, tomorrow night, we're still two great fighters are entering the ring. Two great fighters will be leaving the ring, but one will be crowned undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
That's it right there. Keith, as always, man, thank you. Great seeing you. Quickly, are you coming back in the ring next few months? Can you give us a date?
No date. Paperwork's coming my way next week, and we'll have many more great things to talk about.
Yes, we will. Keith Thurman, Marcos Villegas, here in Las Vegas, Fight Up TV. Thank you for watching.